You've been told your whole life that hard work is the key to success, but what if I told you that's the very thing holding you back and keeping you stuck right now? See, hard work isn't enough, and success won't save you from your problems. Hard work is the trap keeping you stuck, thinking that you have to work harder because you don't generate the results that you're after. And that's because you've been lied to. See, successful people just repeat what they think worked for them, and the biggest lie they tell is that hard work is the key to your success. But if that were true, everyone's bank accounts would look massively different. You wouldn't feel stuck right now. But hard work is only part of the equation to reaching success, and even success is something that we've all been lied to by society because it's so subjective and based on our own values. So instead of making progress, you're stuck in the same frustrating cycle of working hard but not getting what you want. Your to-do list owns you, you wake up drowning in stress before the day even begins, and your day is built on a foundation of reacting rather than making progress on what you truly want to be focused on. And you're beginning to doubt yourself. You blame other people and outside factors, and you're starting to question if you really want to make the changes that you thought you wanted to make in the first place. And the worst part, you have even less control over your time, mind, and body than ever before, despite the amount of work you're putting in. And no, you're not failing. You're just running on an outdated system. What once made you successful, the grind, the urgency, the relentless push, is now the very thing holding you back. And if you don't fix this, your ambition will turn into burnout. Your success will come at the cost of your health, relationships, and your sanity. But here's the thing. You don't lack discipline. You don't even lack drive or motivation. You just lack a system designed for your next level of life based on what matters to you. And I know this works because this is the same work that I do with my clients. And it's exactly what I'm gonna show you how to do in this 3-part video series. Now, you might be thinking, well, who the hell are you to tell me this? And I'd be surprised if you didn't think that. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Josh Perry. I'm a personal performance coach helping leaders and teams elevate their performance so that way they can increase their impact in areas of their lives that mean the most to them. I work with small business owners, executives, parents, doctors, athletes, and even government professionals. I help my clients learn to regulate their nervous system, optimize their mindset and metabolic health, and build strong systems that keep them focused, resilient, energized, and executing at the highest level possible. Now, I learned this the hard way while competing at the highest level as a professional freestyle BMX athlete, including things like the X Games, Do Action Sports Tour, and the FISE World Series. I was pushing my mind and my body to the absolute limit while also battling multiple brain tumors and TBIs. And I pushed harder than most, but I still hit a wall. I thought I was doing all the things right until I learned that I was operating from an old, outdated version of who I was, locked in the past. So have you ever heard the saying that tools that got you here won't get you there? Well, this was me, and it's the same for so many of even the highest achieving clients that I work with in any aspect of life. And I see this same struggle in high performing leaders every day. And no, it's not a discipline problem. It's not even a motivation problem. It's just that they're still operating the way that they always have, even when it's no longer working for them, because it's the only thing they know. And once I optimized my approach, everything in my life changed. And that's what this video series is about. I'm gonna show you the exact framework that I used and now I use to help my clients break out of overwhelm, take back control, and execute the highest level, all while skipping burnout. Now, by the end of this 3-part video series, you're gonna learn how to shift from reactive busyness to strategic execution so that way you can finally regain control of your life. No more burnout, no more wasted effort, no more banging your head off the wall out of frustration, just real high impact execution at the highest level. The question is, will you be part of the majority of people who learn information just to clutter their minds? Or will you be among the few above average people in the world who actually act on what they learn? So first, you must understand what got you into this position of wanting to change. Now, it's easy to skip this part, and it's the very reason why people go back to where they started or worse off. It's uncomfortable to take inventory of your decisions and take accountability for where you are in your life. But seeing as you're this far in the video, I suspect you're the type of person who is defined by an ideal vision for your life rather than the circumstances that you're currently in. And here's what I know. Being open-minded and curious is how you learn to change your circumstances, and it's a sign of a high performer. Curiosity is a gateway to building awareness, which is what you need to create an increase in the probability of these 2 things. 1, you actually take action on the information you learn, and 2, you stick with it as a new part of your operating system. It's not just something that you do for a week or 2 and then move on. It's transformative for you and your life and those around you that are going to benefit as well. Now, this is a simple equation leading to high performance in any domain of life. Now, earlier I made the argument that hard work isn't enough. Well, why? Because your nervous system is running the show, not your mind. See, most leaders, parents, and small business owners, they don't struggle with motivation, discipline, or ambition. They have plenty of that. If anything, they push themselves harder than most are willing to. But here's the problem. Your nervous system is stuck in survival mode. So instead of being strategic, you're reactive. Instead of making progress, you're putting out fires. Instead of winning the race, you're just running around in circles. And instead of staying focused on what matters most, you're constantly distracted by noise. And what's worst, you don't even realize that it's happening. It's just all you know as you coast on autopilot. Now you can refer to this as the survival mode trap. Your brain and body are wired for survival first, performance second. When you're constantly overwhelmed, overstimulated, and overworked, your nervous system perceives it as a potential threat. And when this happens, your body shifts into fight or flight mode, keeping you hyper alert and making long-term strategic thinking nearly impossible. So instead of clarity, you get mental chaos. Instead of strategic execution, you get reflexive, impulsive decision making. So here are a few signs that your nervous system is stuck in survival mode. Maybe you wake up already feeling behind, checking emails, texts, or social media before you even get out of bed. Or you shame yourself into working more when you take a break because you think you're being lazy and other people are gonna judge you for it. Or your brain struggles to focus on deep strategic work because you're mentally exhausted worrying about what you may miss out on and what other people are doing. Or you find yourself overcommitting, saying yes to anything and everything because you fear letting other people down. Or at the end of the day, you're drained, but still feel like you didn't do enough. This sounds familiar. It's because you're operating from a reactive state, otherwise known as survival mode, which is not a high performance state. So when you operate from survival, your decisions become short-term focused, your energy gets depleted, and your ability to perform at your highest level is severely compromised because you create blind spots, you miss things, and you make mistakes. So as you're probably already familiar with, this heightened state of chronic stress can lead to self-sabotage, decline relationships, and even decline health. So here's the truth about overwhelm. It's an information and energy management problem. Overwhelm isn't just about having too much to do. It's caused by these three hidden stressors that are keeping you stuck. Number one, overload of information, which creates mental chaos. We live in a world flooded with stimuli and so many unnecessary inputs, from emails, texts, social media, the news, notifications from God knows what, meetings, and your own thoughts about it all. And your brain never gets a break. When your mind is constantly processing incoming information, it leads to decision fatigue, anxiety, and a total lack of focus. So here's a solution. You can reduce unnecessary inputs, essentially just control what gets your attention and what you choose to focus on. Now, I refer to this as strategic ignorance, which allows you to focus on strategic significance rather than becoming a master of low-impact tasks. Number two, unclear priorities lead to wasted energy. When everything feels urgent, nothing's actually important. If you don't have a clear system for prioritization, your time will be hijacked by low-value tasks, which is why many high performers may work hard but don't get the returns that they're after. So a simple solution is to get crystal clear on your top priorities and structure your day around what actually moves the needle first thing. Number three, misaligned priorities manifest as burning out. Now, most people assume burnout just comes from working too hard. Partially, but that's not true. Burnout comes from working hard on the wrong things, pursuing a path you don't value or see any return on, and getting little to no recovery. When your daily actions aren't aligned with what truly matters to you or what you believe in and value, your brain and body start resisting the workload, leading to frustration, exhaustion, and even disengagement. Now, when you operate from this tired but wired state, you increase the probability of making matters worse on all fronts and for all those around you. Now, to flip this, align your daily execution with your long-term vision and mission, not just busy work. Use strategic ignorance to block out all the distractions that align with your long-term goals. And if it's not part of your priorities, by definition, it comes after you complete your daily top tasks that are aligned with your mission and your vision. Again, people don't struggle due to a lack of discipline or drive. They struggle because their nervous system is stuck in survival mode, keeping them reactive instead of strategic, and their environment reflects this every day. So what once made them successful early in their careers is now the very thing holding them back, and they have this self-created trap. Now, overwhelm isn't a time problem. It's a clarity, structure, and focus problem. And it happens when systems, priorities, and energy management strategies aren't in place to support your high performance. And in today's world, we're processing an overwhelming amount of information, most of it beneath our conscious awareness. So here are 4 simple mental shifts you need to make. Number 1, instead of reacting to your day, design it. Number 2, instead of burning through energy, protect it and optimize it. Number 3, instead of checking off as many tasks as possible to feel productive yet not make real progress, focus on 2 to 3 most critical tasks of the day. Number 4, instead of chasing productivity for validation, prioritize strategic execution for meaningful results. Because hard work alone won't get you there, but a better system will. Remember, if you've been feeling stuck in constant overwhelm, it's not because you're not working hard enough. It's because your brain and body are running on survival mode. The key isn't to do more, it's to create clear systems, energy management, and strategic prioritization that allow you to execute at the highest level because you're doing less of what makes you feel good now, but worse down the road. Less in general, so you can put more quality time, energy, focus, and effort into a few things that you can actually stay locked in on and that actually matter to you and move the needle. So if you're serious about breaking free from survival mode, I created an Overwhelm Recovery Kit that you can grab for free by clicking the link in the description below this video. And here's one last thing. Most people stay stuck in reactive overwhelm because they consume information, but they don't apply it. It's that simple. Don't let that be you. This kit will give you the exact action steps to go from overwhelmed to high performing without burning out. Now, it's one of 3 kits that are gonna come with the next 2 videos as well, this 3-part video series. So make sure you subscribe to be notified when video 2 and video 3 come out. Now, inside of it, you're gonna get the survival mode checklist, the strategic ignorance guide, the focus formula, the alignment principle, and the 4 mental shifts that you could start making today. So download it now before your day gets hijacked by the same distractions keeping you stuck. And let's get a conversation going. Drop a comment below and tell me the one commitment you're making today to reclaim your time, energy, and focus, even if it's just downloading this free kit. Now, this is just the beginning. In the next video, I'm gonna walk you through the 3-shift framework to protect your energy, regain control, and execute the highest level. So hit subscribe so you don't miss out, and I'll see you in the next video, and I appreciate you being here.